But needless to say, I got through my first couple of sessions, but midway through my first session, I knew right then and there that I had found what I was born to do because the feeling came over me that I hadn't felt before. Okay, I knew right then and there that my life was going to be tied to fitness. I could just feel it. The first person I ever trained, I could feel that that was going to be a part of my life. I didn't know what I was doing. But here's the thing: when you pass your certification and you go train your first client, does your client know that that's your first client? Does your client know that's your first session?
You shouldn't be able to tell himself.
So that's critical. They don't know it's your first session. So I'm going to touch on it while you're right here. One thing that played a critical role throughout my personal training career is a mentor. Every step of the way I had a mentor. Every step of the way. When I look back and I got introduced to NASM, which was over 14 years ago, nobody else had heard of NASM. Had never heard of it. Nobody else had NASM. When I went to go study for NASM, they said, why did you pick the hardest one? That was the reputation that NASM had. So nobody was going to get NASM. They were just going on, well back then we weren't going online, but you were finding the cheapest certification and the fastest one so you could make money. And then that certification didn't teach you how to be a trainer. It just taught you what? About the body. Answer a couple questions, that was it. But it didn't teach you any scientific rationale. It didn't teach you how to apply the methods. It didn't teach you anything. So at that time when I chose NASM, like I said, even my own boss said, why did you pick the hardest one? Good luck with that. So needless to say, I trained at that gym uncertified for 3 years with no certification. You can go to a gym right now and apply and get a job. He's going to say, I need your certification in 60 days. So you can train without a certification right now. So that's what I did. Needless to say, 3 years went by. I made a lot of money and I was uncertified. The gym didn't care because of the revenue that I was bringing in. So, like I said, that just reinforced what I was born to do. That's unheard of. How you gonna go there and generate the most income from any trainer and you're uncertified? And that's because it has a lot. Your personality goes into your personal trainer. It's more than just you knowing. You have to know how to apply. It's about the relationship with the client. So first and foremost, what are you looking for when you interview a potential client? If you sit down with a potential client, are you looking to take any client, or are you asking questions to find out if that client is a match for you? Perfect. So let me ask you this. You already personal training, and you sit down with somebody, what are you looking for to find out if they're a match for you or not?
The first two questions, I want to know what their goals and how long they want to be here and get the job done. If they answer any question wrong, and I go into a preliminary trial with them, like a speed and agility drills or a personal assessment, okay, and I realize that they're really not into it and quit in the middle of it, I will ask them again in the workout, are you sure you want to do something with this? Because that's how it will be until you really make a change in life. So,
okay. Let me ask you this: if everyone in here is Shane's phone number, Jack?
not everybody.
Okay, but y'all gonna do that before the class is over, right?
Of course.
And why are we gonna do that?
Networking.
Okay, so when you sit down with your potential client, you say speed and agility. Is that what your niche is?
That's my niche. That's something. Yeah,
Okay. So I sit down with a potential client. Now, before we get to what their goals are in my type of training, whether it be speed and agility, strength, muscle endurance, core stabilization, whatever your niche is, before I even get to that, I'm looking at that. I'm talking to this potential client because I want to know their personality. Right off the bat, I want to know. So if they timid, don't want to talk, I don't have time to break down that. You follow what I'm saying? There's a trainer out there that can fit that. So what I'm saying is, don't feel obligated that you have to train every single person that wants personal training. That's why you're going to exchange phone numbers. Because you're in speed and agility, you're a massage therapist, you might be in corrective exercise, you might be in strength. So you're going to know what each other's niche is. So when you sit down with that client, you're going to determine right away if this is somebody I'm going to train, or is this somebody I'm going to refer to one of my friends. And once you do that with every single person in here, nobody's going to be hurting for business. But if you sit down and try to train every single person that comes in front of you, you're going to end up doing a disservice because you're outside of your comfort zone. Does that make sense? So you have to decide right away, is this somebody that I want to train for myself or somebody that I'm going to give a referral to? So before I get to my phase of training, like he said, speaking to Julie, I'm asking them questions to find out more about them. Why do you want to get in shape? I'm trying to dig deep and find their underlying cause, first and foremost. And then I'm going to decide, is this person for me or not? I'm not going to simply just train any single body that we're training. So you can either be a trainer that has 50 clients and nobody get results, or you can have 5 clients and change 5 lives. Which one do you want to do? You'd rather change 5 lives, right?
True.
What do you say, you rather train the 50?